after your animal has dried, remember, it doesn't matter what color it is, and it doesn't matter what color Play-Doh you used, because you are going to paint it a realistic color. Our goal in making our animal habitat is to do realistic things with our animal, to put them in a realistic habitat, and to paint them the actual colors that they are. So for this camel, I am going to paint him brown, because that is the true color that you would find a camel. So after I completely get him painted, then I have to set him aside and let him dry again. So as you can see, this project will take several days. It's something that you will have to do a little bit and let it dry, and do a little bit and let it dry. And in the meantime, as you wait for things to dry, you can be working on your animal report that tells about the animal. You will want to look up what the animal eats, where it lives, who its enemies are, and any other interesting facts about your animal. Hi boys and girls. By now you should have formed and painted your animal, the animal that you chose to do your report and your habitat on. And so hopefully your box is dry, and now I will show you some different things that you can put inside your habitat to make it look like the place that it should be. So for instance, if you have done a jungle habitat, you can get a strip of just tissue paper, just like you put in a gift, and if you will cut a strip, you can twist your tissue paper and you can make it into a vine. You just twist, 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 and then it's like a little vine. And usually I just take tape, just a piece of tape, and I will tape it to the top of the box so that it will hang down just like it would in the jungle. Sometimes you have to bend it a little bit. So then I could do that several places all around the box and make my jungle vines. Another thing you can do is make your trees and bushes. You will need some popsicle sticks and some different colors of green. I just have this light green just to show you. You can cut out trees of different shapes. Now remember, when you cut out trees, no trees look alike. It does not matter what shape they are. It does not matter if they are lopsided, because every tree in nature looks different, and they are certainly not all symmetrical. So however your tree turns out, it's going to be a great tree. So you'll want to take your popsicle stick, put a little glue on the end, and then put your tree at the top. Or if you're making a bush, let's cut this one down just a little bit to make a bush. If you're making a bush, you might want to break the popsicle stick in half. You can have your teacher help you do that. Put the glue on the stick and put the bush on. Now here's the important part. There will need to be a little bit of the stick left out at the bottom, because that is how you're going to attach it to the box. You will need another little bit of Play-Doh, and I take just a tiny bit, maybe the size of a nickel, and I make another little sphere. Then you stick the popsicle stick down in the sphere, almost like an upside down lollipop, and then decide where you want the tree and give it a little bit of a mash. Now, after you have put everything in that you want, and it is all in the right place, and you've rearranged it and put it exactly like you want it, then you'll need to, let me get my glue gun. You will need to put, have your teacher help you with this, a tiny spot of hot glue on the bottom of that. Put it where you want it, and then when the Play-Doh hardens and dries, that tree will stay there. Now, some other things you might want to do, if you are doing a wetland or a pond, a water area, you might want to cut out a little pond, put some glue on it, and put it on the bottom. You can see that. I always like to have a few little rocks. Again, you might want to have some hot glue have your teacher help you with this. You can put some rocks around the pond, just 1 or 2, just to make it look like it is actually a wetland or pond. So you can put your rocks there. So we've done vines, trees, bushes, ponds, and rocks. Another thing you might do is, for my camel, I want to make some pyramids, because I know that when I have done a little research on the deserts where camels live, I have seen some pyramids in the background. So I can just cut some out easily. Again, just put some glue on the back. And we can place these back in the background of our box. Now, another thing you can do, I don't have any with me today, but if you want to put some liquid, like Elmer's glue in the bottom, and sprinkle some sand on the bottom part of your box, that looks really good for the desert. And also, I have this moss that you can get at the craft store or the floral department of any store. And if you roll it up, it looks like little tumbleweeds. So I always help my kids put a little dot of glue, hot glue, and put that, and that can be a tumbleweed in the desert. So there are lots of ways that you can fix the inside. Your teacher will have some cutouts for you. I have some tree cutouts. There are some fish and some jellyfish and some seaweed. Anything that you might want to put in your ocean environment, or like I said, there's trees and clouds that you can color and cut out and put on the back of your box to make it look more realistic, more like the exact environment that your animal should be in. Now, I know a lot of these things look fun to make, but if you have an ocean environment, you would not want to make a tumbleweed. So try to stick with the actual things that would be in your habitat. Think about the plants, think about the ground cover, think about maybe even the weather that would be in your environment, so that you can accurately portray where your animal lives.